You do not need both, and I repeat, you do not need both.
What is it finna play? Wow!
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa and I'm going to be going over the things that you need to get for college. I am talking you need to get these things or you will not have a good time, and this is for people who are either incoming, freshmen, or people who might have forgotten things and they're just trying to go over their list. I don't know. This also applies to you're living in a dorm, you're living, I don't know, some of this will apply if you're living in an apartment, whether you're living in a communal bathroom or you have your own suite or whatever. I've got you all covered. These are all things that you will need to bring to school, and we'll be going over the reasons why, and I will be providing pictures throughout the video. And to start, this is in August, it'll be my second semester. So I am technically a first-time freshman still because it'll be my second semester of school. So technically I'm still a freshman, but I did complete my first semester and I'm technically going to be a sophomore. But personal experience, I lived in a single suite, which means I had my own bathroom and my own bedroom. So this is where my personal experience is coming from. But without further ado, let's get right into the things that you will be needing. Out a notebook, a pen pad, a laptop, your notes app, your iPad, something, and follow along. We're gonna go in sections to hopefully keep it nice and organized. We're gonna start with the bedroom. And like I had mentioned, I had my own bedroom. I had a single, I didn't have to share a room. I had a community space outside. I'm gonna see, I might draw a layout and put her here. But I had my own bedroom, my own door. So you walk inside the community area with the bathroom sink, a big mirror, and then like, and countertops, and then to your right was the back door, and then in front of you there was two doors, a door from my room, and a door from my room. So whether you're sharing a room or you're not sharing a room or whatever, this should apply to you. So for starters, you obviously need bedding. I personally have a white comforter, and then I have some cute sheets. So yeah. Also, keep in mind your color theme because that's super important when it comes to buying sheets, because you kind of really need to know that before you go into buying stuff, and it's the whole ordeal. So your bedding, comforter, sheets, pillows, all of that. Next is a mattress topper. Everybody needs a mattress topper. I had like a 3-inch, I have hair on me. I had a 3-inch foam mattress topper. That was really nice. And then I also had a like a fitted sheet mattress topper. That was just like thin, like cotton mattress topper that I just put over top the foam one just because I like comfort, so I had 2 mattress toppers. Next is a backrest pillow as a headboard. I don't know if y'all know the little pillows, you know. I personally would not recommend to buy a headboard just because you would buy a twin XL headboard, right? Or just a twin headboard, and once you move out of college, you're never using that thing again. Want to, whatever floats your boat. I don't recommend getting one. Just get the pillow that you can put on the back of your bed, or I've seen pillows that fit the whole back of the bed that you can use in the future. I don't know if you use a body pillow. I use a body pillow a little bit too. Just put it in the crack, because usually in dorms there's this awkward like 3 or 4 inch crack between the wall and the bed because of the bed frame and like the baseboard. It's this whole thing. And yeah, so there's gonna be a little crack. So you're gonna put something right there. I saw someone zip tie like a shelf to it. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, but you're gonna need some kind of headboard without buying an actual headboard. So that's my recommendation on that. Bedroom stuff I have a lot of opinions on. After we get out of this, it's gonna be less opinionated. I say bring several throw blankets. I brought 2 or 3. I'm a blanket girl. I don't really sleep under my duvet because I get so hot, so I sleep under blankets. I have a big blanket, a small blanket, because I don't have to take my blanket to my bed, bring up a chair, so I have one bed on my chair, I like 2 on my bed, and then if people come over, if you know what I mean, I have 2 or 3 or 4 blankets, and you just keep a little basket by your bed or something, toss them in there. So you never know. Also, if you want to pack light, you also don't have to buy new throw blankets. I have like 3 at my house that I just brought with me, so you don't have to buy new throw blankets. I'm just saying, I prefer a lot because that's how I sleep. I sleep with blankets, and I love a good blanket, so I brought 2 or 3. But if you at home only sleep with 1 blanket, only bring 1 with you. If you sleep with 3 blankets at your house, bring all 3 to your dorm. Like, it's what's gonna keep you comfortable. Next is a storage ottoman if you want a lofted bed, because if you're gonna get an ottoman, might as well get one with storage so you can have more storage. Storage ottoman, point blank period. That's if you have a lofted bed. If you don't have a lofted bed, you don't need an ottoman. So those are your 2 choices: lofted bed, ottoman. No lofted bed, no ottoman. And then if your bed doesn't loft, I don't think my bed lofts, but if you want it higher, get bed risers. So if you want your bed to be higher and you can't loft it, then get bed risers. If you can loft it, you know? Next is a bedside table, or like a bedside caddy. It's just this like flat thing that attaches to the side of your bed frame. If you do decide to get a bedside table, that's great too, because again, more storage. I personally didn't get one of those because I think that's a lot of stuff to move, and I, you know, like everybody says, you don't want to bring a lot because you're going to have to move that out with you. But back to what I was saying, the bedside caddy is useful for putting your water bottle on it, putting your phone on it to charge at night, putting whatever you need to put on a bedside table next to your bed, because there is nothing to put your stuff on when you're sleeping without it. Next is rolling carts for storage, whether it's one like that I have right there, or if it's a clear plastic one. I got a clear plastic one from Walmart for like $15. You can put it on wheels, or you don't have to put it on wheels. I recommend one of those for your room because, again, it's an extra storage thing. You can use it for clothes, you can use it for miscellaneous items, whatever you need. I recommend one of those. And then I also recommend bigger, wider ones from also Walmart. You probably get them for $15 a piece too. I recommend bigger, wider ones for under your bed. My mom has just informed me that you can zip tie 2 together back to back, and then you can turn around and flip it around and do all this stuff because it's on wheels. And yeah, that's good for under your bed storage. Again, clothes, maybe extra bedding, the throw blankets I was talking about, pillow, all that stuff. Next is some like bins for your closet. If anybody has like the cupboard type closet, I'm gonna try and put a picture here. Just some little bins that you can put under it for storage. Again, extra storage is always good to have. If you don't get the rolling carts from under your bed, you can put bedding, blankets, all that stuff under there. So next is an air purifier. Everybody needs an air purifier. Don't let people tell you don't need an air purifier. I've seen people saying you don't need one, and you need one. You don't realize how dusty those rooms are until you get in there and you're cleaning, or it's been 2 weeks because you've been home for Christmas break. Now you have dust all over your room because you didn't leave your air. It's bad. Keep your air purifier and keep it on all the time. Get an air purifier. Next is a fan. I've seen people get Woozu fans. I think those are too expensive, and all fans do the same thing. I got like a $15 one off of Amazon. It's like an Amazon Basics fan, and I love it. I keep it on every night. I get very hot, like I mentioned. We have a ceiling fan in our room. This is my bedroom, but we have ceiling fans in our dorm rooms, and our own personal AC units. I kept that on 68 all day, ceiling fan on, and I still use my desk fan all night. Fan and air purifier are a must. Next is a rolling laundry basket. I've seen the debate on, oh, do I get a backpack? Oh, do I get a rolling one? Just get the rolling one. If you have working elevators, just get the rolling laundry cart. Most of the debate that I've seen is that the rolling laundry bags are not durable, which I disagree with. I think people just get some that are too narrow. They're like rectangles instead of like squares. So if you get a narrow one, it's not going to be stable. Also, all the people I see stuff in that laundry basket till it is full, and that is something that I would like to address. You, as a college student, need to be doing your laundry once or twice a week. I have to plan when I'm going to do laundry because everybody has the same ideas. Oh, the laundry room is not going to be full on Saturday because people don't want to do laundry on Saturday. The laundry room is always full on Saturday. Find the days at your school where people are not doing laundry. Mine was like Tuesday at 10 in the morning or Sunday at like 9 p.m. So find the weak points in your laundry days where you can just go do laundry. And it is very important to do it at least once a week. Do not let your laundry basket get over full, especially the rolling one, because then of course it's going to be wobbly. So get a rolling laundry basket. They're so useful. You need one. You really do need one. If it's between rolling or backpack, the rolling is going to be so much more comfortable. You just have to understand you cannot let your laundry pile up for 2 weeks. Like that can't happen. So get a rolling laundry basket. That's my formal recommendation. Next is room slippers. Obviously, don't want to get your feet dirty. Those floors are dirty. And then a robe. I recommend. Even me, I have my personal bathroom. I still had a robe. Just because it's comfortable, especially if you get cold. Just it's helpful for a lot of things. And then get a door hook for your door, so you can put your towels on it or your robe on it or whatever on it. And that's all for the bedroom section. I think that is your full complete list. There's nothing else that I can think of, and in my head, if I can't think of it, that means it wasn't that important. And next is some decoration and like extra stuff for your room. A rug. Don't get a white one. Those things get so dirty. I got a white one. It got so dirty. And space-saving hangers, the ones that go vertically. A vanity mirror, just like a little one that you can turn on your desk. A hanging storage mirror, one that you can open and put your stuff inside, jewelry, all that stuff. That way you don't have to have your jewelry plate out in the open or your perfumes out in the open. I also got one that locks. I'm not saying your roommate's gonna steal from you, but you also want to keep your stuff safe and protected. So I got one that locks just so you can, you know what I mean? Next is extension cords or surge protector. And I am a biology major. I love my whiteboard. I use my whiteboard all the time. I recommend getting a whiteboard. You can be, I don't care, any kind of major. I recommend getting a whiteboard, especially the health majors though. Nursing majors, engineering majors, all that stuff. If you have a lot of studying to do, get a whiteboard because those study rooms fill up fast. People rent out the whiteboards in the library. Get your own whiteboard so you can study by yourself. I recommend getting 6+ foot cords. 6-foot cords might be too short. Just get the 10-foot cord. I love my 10-foot phone charger, my 10-foot laptop, iPad charger, all that stuff. Love it. And then next is a shoe rack, whether it's a vertical shoe rack by your door, horizontal shoe rack that goes under your bed. That's the one I personally have. whatever, you're gonna need a shoe rack because you don't want to toss your shoes everywhere. And yeah, that's it for the decor and all that stuff for your dorm room. Next is your kitchen or kitchenette or whatever. Depending on the school you go to or depending on the room type that you have will change what you should get. Again, like I said, I had my own personal common space between me and my roommate. We were provided with a microwave and a mini fridge in that common space that we can share, right? And then we have this whole counter space out there as well. So I had a lot of space to get a lot of appliances, as well as the opportunity to not have to buy some appliances because we were provided with them. With that being said, this is what I brought and what I recommend. And even though we received our own mini fridge, I still bought my own just because I know it'll last me a long time. I can use it in the future. I can use it in my apartment. I can use it for a long time. So I bought my own mini fridge. I recommend getting one with a separate freezer door, just because you will be buying a lot of foods that you will heat up, because you're not always going to want to go to the dining hall. And then also get an air fryer or a microwave.
You do not need both, and I repeat, you do not need both.
You do not need to get a microwave and an air fryer. They do the same thing. I prefer an air fryer because I feel like it can do a little bit more. Say you want to have pizza rolls. You don't want no soggy microwave pizza rolls. You want them crispy. Put them in the air fryer. You know what I mean? You can cook a lot of stuff in an air fryer. But with that being said, if you are going to get both, I do think that's a good idea. But I would not advise you to have to spend an additional $50 on a microwave. I also recommend getting a kettle. If you don't get a microwave, an electric kettle. That way you can make ramen or you can make all that stuff, because ramen is the cheapest dorm food. It's like 75 cents for a cup noodle. So if you don't get a microwave or you can't heat up your ramen, get an electric kettle so you can get some hot water really fast. My camera's about to die. Give me 5. Okay, we're back. My camera is pretty much charged and it should make me through the rest of this video. Also, don't mind Channing Tatum back there. That was another project that I made 4 years ago. Anyway, where did I end off? Oh, the electric kettle. Yeah, like I said before, get your electric kettle if you plan on making ramen, because that is the student struggle meal. You're not going to want to spend $15 on a box of mozzarella sticks or more. Next is a Keurig. Now, I've heard a lot of discourse about getting a Keurig. I have a Keurig. I love my Keurig. She does me well. I understand that people are like, just go to a coffee shop, just do that, just do all this other stuff. But in the long run, it's cheaper to get a Keurig and make your own coffee. Some people are like, you're not going to want to get up and make your own coffee, all this, and this. But if you know you are a coffee fiend and you need caffeine, get a Keurig, because you don't realize how much money you will blow through going to Starbucks or a coffee shop every morning. Because at least for my school, that is not included on the dining plan. We can't use our meal swipes at a coffee shop. We can use our money that we can put on that card only at certain places, and the coffee shop isn't one of them. So if you want to waste your money on your coffee every morning, I can guarantee you that's like $50 a week at least. If you know you are a coffee fiend, get a Keurig, get an espresso, get whatever, get instant coffee. I don't care. It is so much cheaper to do that than to spend all your money on a drink that you can make in your dorm room. Next is an ice machine. I personally have an ice machine already. I didn't buy one, but I need ice in all my beverages, so I'm getting an ice machine, or I have an ice machine and I'm bringing it because I need ice and I know I need ice. If you only need ice from certain things, get an ice mold. I definitely just recommend getting some sort of ice thing, because the only place I can get ice on my campus is the dining hall, and I have to swipe in to get into the dining hall, so I'm not gonna waste one of my swipes on ice. So I'm bringing my ice machine, or I had an ice mold last semester, so I'm bringing an ice machine this semester. So I recommend ice machine, ice mold, ice whatever, because I need ice. And the last thing you need for your little kitchenette type setup is a water purifier. I had a Brita. Walmart also makes a purifier brand. This is because stormwater sucks terribly. It is the worst thing ever. I tried, as gross as it sounds, just drinking at the tap, and it got to a point where I was like, and buying water bottles it can get expensive. So that was it for the kitchenette section. How are we looking? Any questions, comments? This isn't a live stream, but you can ask in the comments down below, timestamp, whatever. And yeah, how's everything looking? What are you guys thinking? Is there anything you want me to clarify in the comments? You know what I mean? Any of that stuff. Just let me know. So the next category is cleaning products for the room. I didn't have a whole bunch of cleaning products because you don't really need a lot. You don't need a bunch of different brands, you don't need a bunch of different types. Also, I would never buy cleaning products from anywhere besides the dollar store because you are essentially only paying for the name when it comes to cleaning products, because most cleaning products are the same thing. Just look at the ingredients. So I would never buy cleaning products or like tissues or like any of that stuff anywhere else besides the dollar store because it's cheapest there. With that being said, wipes like Clorox wipes, air fresheners for your room, plugins. I had a wax melter, like a candle warmer. We weren't allowed to have that, but I had it anyway, because it looks like a lamp and you can just like disguise it. So I had a candle warmer that I would put my candle on because I don't want an open flame, but a candle warmer, you know, you can set a timer and it'll turn off. So I had a candle warmer where you can just get plugins to put in your wall, a diffuser maybe if that's allowed, all that stuff, just any kind of air freshener or a Febreze bottle or whatever, you know what I mean, just stuff like that. Also Lysol for spraying down your bed, your chairs, your rug, whatever. And then also a vacuum and a broom. I only brought a vacuum. I brought a stick vacuum that you can take apart, and it's like a handheld vacuum, but it's also like a rolling vacuum. That's what I had, and it was great and it was super useful. You can use it to clean your bed, any crevices, whatever, and then you can also use it to clean your floor. But I should have gotten a broom as well, just because sometimes you don't want to cause like commotion with a vacuum, and sometimes I just feel like a broom gets a deeper clean. And then next is like a Swiffer mop or any kind of like wet jet mop. It is important to actually clean your floor sometimes. I challenge you to wear a pair of white socks for your first week of school and walk around your floor for 10 minutes and see how dirty your socks are. You need to wipe down that floor. Whether you get a Swiffer wet jet or you get on your hands and knees and wipe that floor down with Clorox wipes, it needs to be cleaned like once a month. And last but not least for cleaning your room is a duster. And like I said, I have a ceiling fan. You're gonna want to wipe down your ceiling fan. I have blinds in my room. You're gonna want to wipe down your blinds. You're gonna want to wipe down your baseboards, maybe desk, I don't know. And that concludes our cleaning the room section. So next is the bathroom section. I have this section broken down into communal bathroom and a private bathroom. So first and foremost, like I said in the beginning, I have a private bathroom. So I'm not super well versed on the communal bathroom topic, but I have heard things. I also have had an experience in a communal bathroom, not to live there, but I have stayed in one. So first for your communal bathroom, you're obviously gonna want a shower caddy. There has been a lot of discourse, plastic or mesh, plastic or mesh. My opinion on the matter is plastic. People are like, I think people say that you can get mold on plastic, but I think plastic is the sturdier option. You're not gonna want a super loose shower caddy. Also, if you keep heavy things in a mesh shower, a mesh thing all the time, it's bound to rip at some point. And if, as long as it has holes in it, it shouldn't mold. It shouldn't stay wet. With that being said, definitely get some sort of drying rack or just maybe put it on a towel so it doesn't leak everywhere. Next is shower shoes for sure. They need to have holes in them. Crocs, flip-flops, doesn't matter. You can get some off of Amazon. Shower shoes are a necessity, especially if you are in a communal bathroom like that or just a bathroom that feels inherently overused and dirty. Next, again, a robe for a communal bathroom for sure. A hair towel as well. Next is quality towels. So you need 2 or 3 body towels and then 2 face towels and a hand towel. And next is poopery. If you have a community bathroom and you're scared about blowing it up, poopery. It's fantastic. Works wonders. Does not do the same thing as Febreze. You spray it before, go to the bathroom, don't barely smell it. Poopery is important. It's important. Get you some poopery. And next is the private bathroom. This is what I had, so this is what I know I needed to bring specifically for my school as well. I know every school is different. You need a toilet paper like holder to place with your toilet paper. You need a bath mat because mine does not come with a bath mat. You need a shower curtain and a shower liner. Again, my room did not come with a shower curtain or a shower liner. I also got a little squatty potty from Five Below, just a little foldable stool. And yeah, so like I said, I have the community area outside of my room door. So I basically have like, not an apartment, but like a room. Like you walk in community area and there's another door to my bedroom. So in my community area, we have the sink, which is outside the bathroom. So the bathroom, the toilet, and the shower in a separate room. And then outside is like the sink and the counter space and the cabinets and stuff. For that, you need like a toothbrush cup. We also have like medicine cabinet mirrors. So we have all that stuff and all that storage space. So it depends on your layout. I bring like a toothbrush cup, a place to put my bar soap. I have hand soap, all that stuff that I just keep out there. So that concludes our bathroom section. Next section, which is the final big section, I would say, is the backpack section. If you follow my TikTok, you know I posted a video on what I keep on me for school. But these are my personal expanded recommendations. So either get a tote bag or backpack. You don't have to decide early. I went into my first semester with a backpack, and this semester I changed to tote bag because I just think it's easier for me. Especially if you have a lighter course load, you don't need to bring your big backpack with everything in it. I had a North Face Jester Luxe backpack my first semester, and now I am a Coach Gallery Tote girl. And these are all the things I fit comfortably into my bag. Versus a laptop, I have a 13-inch MacBook. Again, I'm a pre-med major. I love my MacBook. She does me well. I don't need anything more. I don't need anything less. I love it. But whatever your major asks you for, if you're an engineering major, get an HP, get a Dell. No, you don't need a MacBook. So depending on your major, don't put in your laptop. I recommend a MacBook for those of us who don't need to run expensive software. But yeah, whatever. Research it on your own time for what you need for your major. But My brace is making noise. There's a virgin here. Yeah. And then I also have an iPad. I have both. I recommend both. If you can't afford both or you don't want both, I would say get the laptop. If you can't get both for sure. So I have an iPad as well. I have a 10th generation 10.9 inch, and I love her down. I use her for taking notes. I use her for running software. It's easier to run on a touchscreen device than a laptop. I just love her down, and I use her for a lot. So love my iPad. I love my iPad. So next is a water bottle. I brought 3 water bottles to school. I bought a small Awala, like the kid size one. I use that for my juices and stuff that I'm bringing, like matchas to class. Maybe I'm bringing nice coffee to class. I don't want to use to go cup. So I have a small Awala, and then I have my regular like 40-ounce Awala for my water, and then I have my handle hydro jug that I use for filling up in the dining hall with like sodas and stuff. Those are the 3 water bottles I have. So yeah, I obviously don't get them all with me at the same time, but I have 3 water bottles. Next in my bag, I have a planner. I always have a planner. I'm a planner girl. The day I die, I need a planner. I cannot use a digital planner. It has to be paper. So I love my planner. I got one on Amazon for $3. Next is a notebook. I don't recommend carrying all your notebooks at once. I do recommend bringing 2 or 3 to school, but I don't recommend holding them all in your backpack at the same time because for me, we have classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we have classes Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I wouldn't carry my stuff for Tuesdays and Thursdays on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays because I don't need it because I'm not going to class. So you don't have to carry everything for your whole week at one time. So yeah, bring school supplies, but you always don't have to keep them in your backpack at once. Like this is high school, you don't have the same classes every day. You have breaks. So that's my hot take. Don't carry everything at once. A lot of people I feel like don't realize that. And I need you to know, girlies, you don't have to carry it all at once. You really don't. So yeah, next is a folder. I feel like folders are important because sometimes professors don't ask you to write stuff down, but they will give you sheets of like paper or whatever that you need to keep like hold on to, and they just get lost. They just get lost. So just get a folder or 2. You don't have to separate the classes. Just make sure you have all the papers in one spot. So a folder, any folder. They have like 50 cent folders. Next is a little hygiene bag, a little feminine product bag. I think I mentioned this in the bathroom section, but obviously bring your feminine hygiene products. But I have a little hygiene bag. I keep perfume, lotion, my glasses, my contacts, some medicine, hand sanitizer, your feminine products, all that stuff. Like tweezers, nail clippers, a nail file, whatever you need, maybe some makeup. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Everybody's hygiene bags can be different because everybody does different things. So I keep a hygiene bag in my bag. I don't stuff it with the brim. I also keep spare pair of earrings in mine. If you're like me, and sometimes just put earrings on. So yeah, and then next is a pencil bag. You only need like 3 pens and 2 pencils. You don't need the whole pack. You don't need all the colors of pens and pencils in your backpack at once. Because if you have an iPad, you're not really going to be taking paper notes. In my opinion, or if you are giving notes person, I know in high school because we took notes on paper, I like to have every color of pen. So maybe if you take paper notes, keep every color pen. You don't need every color pen. You need 2 black pens and a blue pen and maybe a red pen. That's it. You don't know. The only reason I say 2 black pens is because somebody might ask you for one, they might not give it back. So that's it. 3 pencils because again, you might give somebody, they might not give it back. So yeah, you don't need a whole bunch of stationery. Like you really don't. But do bring some highlighters as well because when you do get paper assignments, I feel like, or you print something out, I have this thing where I didn't have highlighters on me or I didn't have a pencil and I just didn't have it. So definitely do bring highlighter pens and pencils. You just don't need a lot of them because when you carry a lot and your stuff gets too heavy, but then you don't carry it all, you need it at the worst time. So carry a few. You don't need to carry a lot. But that also ties into knowing your course load and knowing what you're doing with the day. If you know you're going to be going to the library, bring stuff that you need to take to the library. If you know you're not going anywhere besides a class that only requires a laptop, only bring your laptop. You know what I mean? So it's just having a little bit of, what am I doing today? That kind of mindset. But yeah, so next is some dry erase markers. This goes with the whiteboard that I mentioned earlier. It also ties into the library. Like I said, my library has study rooms with whiteboards where you just rent a whiteboard, like a rolling whiteboard. You're going to need, they provide markers, but they provide like 2 colors. So I like to have a set of dry erase markers where I have every color because I like to visualize it and I like to draw stuff and I like to see the different colors. So I have a whole pack of dry erase markers that are double-sided. It's only have like 6 markers, but I have 12 colors. And that's just my favorite thing ever. So that's good for your room and your room whiteboard or going to the library and your library whiteboard. I have a separate pencil case that I keep my dry erase markers in. That way I don't have to carry them with me everywhere, but they're all in one place. So I don't keep that in my backpack at all times, but I do have it in my room. And then next is headphones. Obviously earbuds over the head. I love my over the head headphones. I have AirPod Maxes. Then I also have AirPod Pros. So love over the head, love earbuds. Whatever floats your boat. And then your keys in your wallet, obviously. And then an umbrella if you live in a rainy state. Don't carry it all the time. Always check out weather forecast before you leave your dorm. And then a portable charger because you don't want to be carrying on a big ass cord. Just carry a portable charger that has 2 cords on it. And that's about it for the backpack section.
Finally is the eating in your dorm. Like I said, plastic utensils, paper plates, maybe some Tupperwares, because I had some to-go food, I guess, or fruit or whatever, and I just wished I had a Tupperware occasionally. And then you're going to need a large trash can and trash bags. Don't get a little trash can because you're going to take that thing out every other day. Lastly is my other stuff and clothes category. So some other things that you might want to consider is a phone wallet like this, like where I keep my student ID, a watch, Apple or otherwise, a sleeping mask or earplugs if you're sharing a room with somebody and you know you need to be in pitch dark or peace and quiet. Carry pepper spray and a birdie alarm on you. If you're going to game days or you're walking around at night or just walking around campus, you just never know. You don't want to be caught in a situation where you need it and you don't have it. And then scissors and glue, like a hot glue gun or something, because again, you never know when you're going to need it, and when you need it most, you don't have it. And lastly is the clothes section. These are just some things I recommend bringing. It's very generic. Bring 2 or 3 jackets, winter coats, sweatshirts, all that stuff. You don't need your whole closet worth, but do bring some options. Next is sweatpants. You're gonna want to get cozy sometimes. When it comes to exam days and you have an 8 a.m. exam, you're not gonna want to dress up in jeans. I'm telling you. Some leggings, generic again, jeans, generic jean shorts, jean skirts, whatever. Also bring some skirts, some dressy clothes for meetings, business casual, blazers, dress pants, slacks, whatever. Dresses, if you're in a sorority, or again, if you just have an event that you need to go to and you don't have to buy them, bring some dresses that you have. Some going out clothes like tops and skirts and whatever, boots. I also recommend bringing a pair of flip-flops. Definitely bring several pairs of tennis shoes, not too much, but several. And then rain boots because I know my campus floods and you need to look inside your campus flood because you do not want to be caught without rain boots when it's flooding because we had like a 6-inch puddle in front of our dorm room and I was not wearing rain boots and it was awful. So make sure you have rain boots. But that concludes my whole list for stuff that you need to bring. That concludes everything that you should bring for your dorm room. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. But if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe and join the channel. I will be posting a lot of different vlogs, especially centered around school, move-in vlog, day of my life vlogs, what classes I'm taking, study tips, advice, all of the works. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed this and stay tuned for more videos that I will be posting in the future. And I love you guys. Bye.